We are live here at the Glass Academy.
Oh yeah.
Woo woo! Glass Academy. It's nice and chilly, but Jake has been already blowing glass, so he's warm. I'm not. I'll shed layers as we go. Welcome to the Experimental Show. Pre-recorded for your Sunday morning viewing pleasure because we can't really do it live on Sunday morning because we
Fresh
have class.
Sunday morning. Yeah.
Yeah, so this
happy
is even
Sunday.
better.
The weekend's gonna be beautiful this weekend. I can already feel it in the air. But we got Uncle Dennis again recording on the camera for us. So shouts out to Uncle Dennis, doing a great job. He knows film, and it is the Experimental Show. So what are the words? What are our prompts for this show?
Okay, so we're doing a little poll on Instagram. If you want to get in on this game in the future, you will know how to do that. Just go on to Instagram. On Thursdays, we put a poll up in the morning, and it gives you 2 groups of words.
Thursday mornings.
Thursday mornings. Blue moon or green circles.
Now, Blue Moon is not the
Wand.
beer, folks. It's just blue, the color, and moon, the thing you look at in the sky.
I thought it was ice cream. Isn't there a blue moon ice cream?
I think there is too.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't think of either of those things, but someone over here said beer, and I was like, what the heck?
No,
But,
this is our, well, we weren't tainted. Jake and I both have very, very, very different ideas of what's going to happen today from those 2 words.
And what? How did we decide those? So they voted on them, and you're saying Blue Moon won.
Correct, like
All right.
72%.
72%. 77. That's strong. Okay.
Yeah, green circles.
The heck with green. So that's the plan. And do you want to start, or do I want to start?
Nah, I just put my pipe up. You can start.
We don't know each other's ideas yet, except I did do this drawing over here with chalk on the floor. And I see that Michelle put this nice piece of busted metal and glass right next to my drawing for atmosphere.
It fell off the pipe. I didn't do anything.
I love that, folks. Get that out of here. But this is my drawing here, and the idea, and I'm still deciding to this moment if this is going to be clear or recycled glass. And you know, I'm leaning towards recycle because it looks like water. It's going to look like a water spout almost, but it's going to be a beautiful platform, and it's going to be a blown foot, so it's thin and tasty, and it's going to be a platform for this super ultra realistic deep blue midnight moon that I'm going to make, and it's going to be really cool.
Are you saying, I don't have your chalk. Are you saying the blown foot is here, like this is solid?
What we're actually going to do is I'm going to have a blowpipe, and I'm going to blow the pipe will be here. We'll have a bubble here, and then I'll pull out a long tail, and then we'll put like a little of oleo on here maybe, or a little extra glass, flatten it out to a nice little platter, punny it up, flip it around, fold this, open it up as a big wide foot, punny it up again. Or actually, no, we'll just knock it off at that point.
You tell me.
It's going to be a good one. Yep, we're going to figure it out. It's going to be a good one. So here we go. I'm doing it out of recycle.
I think you should. I mean,
And that pipe's kind of not completely clear. So I'll start with a fresh one. I also, for this type of work, want a really straight pipe, and we got one. So we're going into the recycle furnace, folks. As you know, the recycle is back up to temperature. So if you take a look over here, this is our second furnace. It's 2,150 degrees right now. I turned it up this morning for all the pieces we were making during the day. And it is pretty darn full right now. We've got all the leftover pieces of glass, bits and pieces that have already been colored with metals and minerals. And when you melt it down, they water themselves down and become this beautiful, deep, kind of cobalt blue, a transparent color that we can reuse and not put this glass into a landfill. So I love using this as much as I can. It makes me feel good. And I'm going to start it up here. Not too big, just within reason. And I'm just eyeballing it. There's no way to measure the amount of glass you gather out of the furnace, but that's about the amount I got right there. And so first things first, I'm going to pop a bubble into it. So I'm going to take it over to this marver, and I'm going to start to shape it up. I can't just blow a bubble into a totally round and haphazard, crazy gather straight from the furnace. I want it symmetrical, and I want it to be cooled evenly when I go for this bubble move. I puffed some air in the pipe. I captured my breath in the pipe. It's expanding right now. And now I've got air within that mass of glass. And it's fun to work with this color. It's actually more of a challenge because unlike clear, you're so accustomed to the way clear looks at a certain temperature when you're working with it. The recycled glass, like all colors, have a different color while they're screaming hot. So you have to kind of learn your temperatures and what the right time to do each move is over a different way.
Can you tell me why glass is screaming hot? Like, do you hear it screaming?
Yeah, there's been many counts of people recording the sound, and I know you even heard it on our live feeds. Our amazing fans have heard the scream of the glass.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's no myth.
So when you're teaching someone new, you tell them to listen for the scream.
That's part of the process, correct. Hello? Good. That's what I'm talking about. So we're doing this upside down, folks. Actually, normally you do things upside down, but we're doing it right side up right now. So this ball right here, after I give it a super heat right now, is going to become the spout.
When you say upside down, I think of like down under Australia, like it's backwards.
Like our toilets are spinning the wrong way.
Exactly. Glad you moved the torch over. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're working out of the small hole today because during the day when I was working, we were only making tumblers. We were making cups all day, so we didn't need the large hole. And for a hole that's about a third of the size or half the size of our other one, it does save a fair bit of energy by working out of this guy. And you also get a tighter point of heat with a smaller hole to work from. There's not as much heat radiating around and up onto the body of the piece, so it's a really nice thing. I'm going to take a paddle on this one.
Yes.
Alrighty. Okay, lighten up. Oh, baby. I'm actually gonna, it's getting a little thin, so I'm gonna heat it up and we'll do that bottom part one more time here. Squish. Okay, lighten up. This is gonna be a platform for the moon that I'm gonna create and put right on that little guy. So it's gonna be sitting like this in this beautiful moon. I gotta concave it a little bit more. It's going to be dropped on its own. It's going to be a separate thing that you can hold and feel with your hand. It's kind of going to be like one of those squishy things that people with office jobs hold in their hand all day.
Oh, like the stress.
Just to keep their brain right. A stress ball. Except if you squeeze it, you're only going to hurt your own hands. So I'm heating up just the bottom here so I can make it a little rounder so that the moon sphere is going to sit right in there nice and cozy. And I'll be ready for a punny with a little bit of girth on it. That's it right there, folks. A little bit of concave-nacity. And Michelle is going to bring now a punty. And a punty, folks, we're going to stick another rod right here. I'm going to break it off here and flare this whole bottom bubble open into a beautiful thin foot. Folks, hopefully it's a beautiful Sunday for everybody out there. If you're watching on our brand new subscription option on the YT, folks, welcome, and we appreciate you for being patrons of the art and supporting what we're doing out here, doing the things that we love to do, and it's a really cool thing. Maybe you got the slug emoji next to your name, maybe you got the mug emoji, but some pretty cool benefits. We're looking forward to the monster show, the VIP monster show that you all be a part of coming up. All right, we're going for the break off here.
So the punty you have in this is going to be high up. Am I dusting the punty on a brick?
I don't know if we're probably not going to have to punty it back around.
Because you're going to glue it on, or what are you thinking?
It's going to be a standalone. That's what I mean. I want you to be able to take the ball
Got it.
off the top
Perfect.
and hold it in your hands and
So
whatnot.
I was like, this is not what you want a punty.
No. But this is a really cool, perhaps a grappa glass. For anybody out there who would like to drink some grappa brandy.
Grappa is like I don't know if it's a brandy category.
I think it is considered like a brandy. It's a brandy made from wine, from grapes, I mean.
Right.
But it is considered like a
I
liquor.
guess we're going to learn all this stuff now, aren't we?
Yes, I was so excited. I did a lot of research yesterday, folks. Stayed home actually and did research at the house, and it really did feel like I was doing something wrong all day. What?
It's a tiny hole.
It felt like I was doing something wrong all day because I wasn't producing anything
We just talked
except
about
for
that
research.
today. As a craftsman, when you're making something with your hands, it feels 100% valid. When you're drawing or something, it's not the same style of work.
Look at that. Perfect fold in the foot. Now that is one heck of a little martini glass at this point. Beautiful.
Which annealer is up?
So that is exactly, let me take a flash and I'll show you all the way it turned out. That foot turned out so clean. Look at the fold, look at the thickness, double thickness on the rim. That's the one you set it down, you don't run the risk of breaking it. And that's a whole nother move that it was tough to highlight there on the camera, but that came out beautiful. And then this next shot, I'll just bring it down to the floor and I'll show you what piece was just created. So you see that shape right there. Next, we're gonna make that moon sphere that's gonna sit on top of this guy. And remember, this is a recycled glass, so it's kind of a deep blue right now. Or it looks kind of grayish, but it will be that beautiful deep blue when it cools down. Will you bring this over for me, Mom?
Will I bring what over?
Bring that over to the knockoff.
Do you need the torch?
Yes. Or just
Okay.
slide the knock over. I'll do that.
I got it.
Slide it over this way. No, not that. Just the knockoff. Like this.
Got it.
Woo! It's on there pretty good.
What is up?
Jeez. Thank you. So now I'm going to smooth out this top, and I asked her to bring this over because this handle is a beautiful round sphere here that I'll be able to make this the perfect concave shape to hold on to. And actually, that's not the shape I really want. Classic kitchen spoon will do the trick. Alrighty.
Right or left side?
Right side. So there's about as much glass as I could possibly gather in one turn of the rod. And I got 3 different colors out here. The first one being this color that we barely have any left because we never use it. It's a smoke gray. It's kind of like a deep, mysterious gray. I got one beautiful coat of that on there. And I'm gonna layer it with 2 different color blues. So it's dark, it's mysterious, it's gonna have a little bit of iridescence. We're gonna put some blue chrome in there. But I'm also gonna put another poppin' blue on top of the chrome. That's gonna give it a little bit of extra depth. Would you mind grabbing the circular paddle from the other bench?
Circular paddle, the one that makes the circles, yes.
Yes, please.
And so, to be clear, if you have not submitted words yet, you still have time to do that. enews@glassacademy.com is where you submit. We usually say 4 words. If you're watching this live, recorded, you can put them in the chat. But give us 4 words. We pick these words. They'll show up next week on a poll, and that will determine what we make. So e-news at Glass Academy. That's the letter E as an elephant. News at glassacademy.com.
Elephant.
E as an elephant.
So I am really just sphericizing the heck out of it right now. And that's super important to get that shape started. I'm not completely closing down the neckline where I want to break it just yet, because what's going to come first is a little bit of help with the torch from Michelle.
Okay.
Will you come around this side and grab the torch, and I'm going to do them in pairs of 3. They're going to be like I did on my monster's back.
Yeah, but you did
If
that
anybody
with
knows what that
Marcy.
means. Yep, you're just going to give me a spot just like that. Good. We'll go back and forth and make them a set of 3 each. Right next to it, right next to it. A little closer. Perfect.
So there was a little,
Good.
could have gone over sooner, set of 3 each.
What do you mean? Told you about it?
Yeah. It's kind of funny because we went bowling the other day as a staff party, and doesn't this feel like a little bit like...
Now we're going to do, I'll take a heat, we're going to do 1 up here and then 1 back here.
Okay. Well, thanks. You just helped me solve the question I had to make bigger or smaller dots. It's just a way you push the tool in.
Right. I'm going to get the neckline in a little bit first here. You know, actually, by the way they're melting out.
This is why we call it the experimental show, because right in the middle, ideas change, concepts change, ideas change, the glass moves, and you have to fix it.
The trick is going to be, I should have been more patient and let this thing cool down a little bit more before we went ahead and put those spheres on it, because it's already gotten a little more oval. I'm going to take, well, yeah, I'm going to take 1 more heat on it. Sphericize it 1 more time, then we'll let it really get stable and cold, and then we'll
I think we might have to create a chalkboard that comes up with the Glass Academy words.
sphericize. I love that word. That's a top 5er for me.
Yeah, you know how like magazines will interview someone, they'll say, tell us your top 10 yada yadas. We could just have our top 5 made up words.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No?
Okay, yeah. Just do 1 right there, yep. Okay. Maybe like 1 here. Yep. Next to that guy. The trick is I like the texture of them when we first do them in. I don't want to give it any more heat. Let's go for some down here. Yep. A little more.
Because the glass is solid, he's got a little more working time. You kind of learn to judge how many seconds out of the hole that you can reheat something.
Let's go now, make each one that we just did a set of 3. The top one. And then 1 more on that set of 2. Nice. That's cool looking. Now, you don't see the blue yet. When this thing cools down, it's gonna be blue. You got texture on some of them, no texture on others, just depending on the timing of when they were put in. And then when I knock this off, we're gonna knock it into a tiny mold, that mold on the far left there. And then I'm going to torch that very bottom and do 3 more spots right where the broken spot is. Get this down tight and ready to bake. Got to make sure it's cool enough that when I tap it in there, it's not going to indent the top of it. Here we go. Thank you.
Or you can do one right on the, yeah, one right on the cutoff. Looks nice. How am I putting this away? The claw?
Grandma grabbers. Yep. Well, let me blow on it for 1 sec. That's not that clean of a bottom, but that's the bottom part, so it's okay.
Well, it's going to be sitting in the little thing, right?
Yep. Oh my God, we didn't iridize it. Stick that thing in here.
All right.
Wow. Rookie move, Jacob. I knew I should have thought about it.
There, so it doesn't roll.
It's in there. Good size of the 2,000 degrees in there. Got to close it quick. That went pretty smooth.
Okay, so I'm going to take some recycled glass on the gathering ball,
Okay.
dip it into the cobalt, so
Yep.
it's going to have 2 different blues on it. Shape it up, snip it here, and then take this mold and squash it. So I'm looking for a 4 to 5 inch pancake. At which point we are going to punty it. So pretend it's that.
Yep.
We're going to punty it. I'm debating, I think I want, I'm going to do a crown punny because I just don't want the color to chip.
A crown punny?
Yeah, have you done one?
No.
Okay, so let me show you. A crown punty that's kind of flat. So I have a gathering ball up and I have a large punty up.
You got big punnies up? Nice.
So we're going to pick it up and then it's going to be this flat pancake style on there. Then only on one side because I want it to be like in a windowsill. You're going to bring me recycled bits of glass and I'm going to push in like the moon craters.
Perfect.
And then when it's completely done, that color you said we don't have much of, we're going to sprinkle over the top so it will give it that cratery type texture and I'll lightly flash it.
That sounds great. That sounds cool.
Okay, crown punny. Let me show you that first.
Let's
out
do
of
it.
Clear.
So a crown punny, what she's saying, is different than your regular punny because she doesn't want to chip the color, meaning if she punnies up, and we think about this all the time with drinkware, if you put this connection rod directly on a piece of color that's noticeable on the piece, usually when it breaks off, it takes a little bit of color with it. So this particular style of pipe is or punty is a different way to attach it to the glass.
So it's a matter of pinching it. See how it's like a crown? Get it?
Yep.
Like a king's crown.
Yep, the round one.
And so then just this. I mean, do it
Okay.
on a larger punny, but then the point is I've got surface area, but not this whole area that's going to chip the color out when I'm done.
Got it.
I personally see this with a wood base. I like the glass and wood together, so I am not going to do a glass base like you did. This is not a normal pipe. This is a gathering ball so that you can gather larger amounts of glass.
Beautiful. So let's see the large gather. She's going in for it.
It's not going to be like huge and
Huge.
humongous.
She's talking like grapefruit size.
Yeah, and there's like something greasy on the handle. That doesn't work.
A little butter on the handle.
Yeah, something.
Nice gather. That's a big boy.
This frit tray.
Just going for the full coat in a beautiful deep blue here.
Because we
Are
were
you heating in this?
at a different bench. No, I don't. This is fine.
What do you mean? You're going to cut it right off of there?
Yeah, I mean, easier here than the glory hole, you're saying?
Yeah. So blue is actually a super soft color, so this is going to drip off the pipe easier than if she was doing this out of a bright yellow. If she was trying to cast out of a bright yellow, it wouldn't be the easiest move. And casting is, if we don't talk about that often, is getting a large sum of glass and casting it off of the pipe, like you're casting a fishing rod. And you can do that into a mold, you can do that into a giant plate, you can do that into a moon. She's casting
We don't
glass.
cast very often because it's kind of boring to watch. Like, here it is, I've heated the glass.
It's pretty satisfying. Look at the way it drips off the pipe there. I'll make that punny now.
All right. So the torch mark, you'll see a scar on the glass. That's why I wanted this moon to be one-sided. I'm actually going to do the bit work on the other side. Voila, there's the little patty. Jake's making the bit. And this is solid.
How's this for diameter looking? Too big, or is it okay?
It should be fine.
You ready for it?
Yeah, I think so. It's gonna give it a flash. I'll hold it back here so he can push on it. And you can like eat. Make sure it's attached. Lovely. Such
Cool.
a beautiful blue.
That sure is. That's a
Where's
coin
our little,
right there.
where's the door opener thing?
It's right on the garage.
Oh, yes, it is.
Boom! The heat comes in.
Okay. So I will take bits of glass. The first one the size of acorn.
How big? I
Size
mean,
of acorn.
what color? I'm sorry.
Recycle.
Recycle.
So
I've seen some pretty big acorns in my day.
I don't want a jumbo one.
With oh no, just recycle, right?
Just recycle. I decided to go on the side with the
Goo.
goo because then I'm gonna do the whatchamacallit, the color. So then all of that, the backside will be nice. So how many craters does a moon have?
I think about 8. I've heard that moons have about 8 craters. Right? That's about right. But that's up to the artistic liberty. This is no natural moon. This is an artist's moon.
Yeah, so I will take those a lot smaller and do a couple of smaller ones. So nice and hot.
So I'm just keeping this prepped and nice and juicy. If you notice, actually here, if you could take a look at the hole, Uncle Dennis, we've got right on top here, this large chunk that's about to fall off. So we got to be careful when we're opening and closing the doors. Eventually, that's just what happens. It deteriorates and it will fall, and we'll have to rebuild. Hopefully it doesn't fall on a beautiful goblet we're making.
We were talking about that in the Granger video. Why we like Granger so much.
Yep.
So we'll have to hashtag Granger on this one. Trying a different.
Whoa.
Well, I wanted a small hole.
Ah.
But the trick is, that's hot by my fingers.
Yeah, I'd say.
That's
We
when
do have other tools in the hand tool section.
I looked. I didn't see anything with a round back end.
Okay.
So, let's see. Keep them coming. One more. Right there. Try something different.
That's it?
Yeah, that is it. So if we had the powder booth set up, I would prefer to do powders over this.
Look at that.
But
Hot fingers.
woo!
Nice shot, Uncle Dennis.
Okay, so will you make me some space, and can you pour that blue on the right? No. Don't you think the other one?
Said blue on the right. What are you
What's
talking
that?
about? Gray?
All right, I want the gray, moon gray.
Pour it on top.
You're gonna pour it on the marber, so if you want to move the door handle.
Like this?
No, you're gonna pour, I'm gonna go this, you're gonna pour it right on top of me.
Pour it on top.
And let me heat the front side slightly.
All right. That's cool. I like the shape of those on there. I like the placement. It's kind of one large one and three together. Ones and threes, baby.
Originally, I wanted to cut it like a crescent moon, which I
Ah.
thought would have been cool.
I didn't
but-
even think about crescentness.
Yeah, but then I was like, nah, let's just try one idea at a time.
I'm gonna turn that up a little.
Sure. So what I'm going to do is give it a nice hot flash. These will be
Perfectly hot.
a little hotter.
I'm just gonna dust as lightly and consistently as I can. Look at this dusting move.
Does that color reduce that you're aware of?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Just pour it on. Pour it all on. Let's see what sticks.
It's gonna stick. I think it's gonna stick real good. Oh, it's on there, folks.
That's the moon texture.
Yeah. How cool.
All right, now I can't really flash it too much.
Because you'll melt that color in there.
So we're gonna do that. And I was gonna just break it off inside there.
Sounds good. You don't want to torch it? Smooth
No,
it
I
out?
don't want a chance that it will
I
have
don't-
reduction,
Okay.
to be honest.
All right, here goes the break. Let's see how this punny works out.
Oh, can we do it?
Just going into the right
wait,
side.
So
Come around on this side. Oh, yeah.
moon.
Uncle Dennis, come around this left side. We'll see in there better. Here it goes. On three. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Let's
so
take
just
a look.
a little blue.
Yep, it's a little blue off the edge.
That's fine, but it's also
It's all
recycled.
solid and it's dark. Yeah, you're not going to see that too much.
All right.
Pretty
well,
darn cool.
So, grab that reminder. enews@glassacademy.com. You can send in your words.
For next week.
Yeah, for Sunday we'll do a live
So we
poll
will,
on Thursday.
yeah, we will from Sunday to Thursday organize and take in everyone's words. Then we're going to put up a poll of some top words that were submitted, and then folks will vote on words
On Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
the day before, so we can sleep and think about what
Yeah.
we're going to be making for Thursday's experimental show, which will be posted on Sunday. That's a lot of different dates, folks, but we promise we're getting into a rhythm and you're going to get it down. We're going to get it down. And
Just send something in. We'll make it work.
yeah, I encourage you all to check out our membership again on YouTube and check out what we're doing. That's brand new. It's super cool. We're getting pumped up for our monster show at the end of
January.
February. January?
Last VIPs are on Sunday. February 2nd is the live show on our gathering point.
Gotcha. So that's it, folks, and have a beautiful Sunday evening. Shouts out to Uncle Dennis for recording for us. I think he did a pretty darn good job.
Yeah, first in the pudding. We're going to find out.
Let him know what you thought in the chats, folks, and send him some love, and we will catch you all on Tuesday for the gathering point right here again at the Glass Academy.
Thanks for watching.